So you see, I'm now understanding my trauma to see that my relationship with my parents is what was making the person I was in relationships. Because I will expect my boyfriend to actually pay my bills. I will expect him to take care of my rent and everything, because that's what my dad is doing to my mother. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Women, we have the power to actually do this for ourselves.
Yes, we do.
You know, I was like, no, this shouldn't be happening. I shouldn't be in a relationship and expecting my partner to be my dad. Because I now in a relationship, I was expecting, I was like, you're my boyfriend, you're actually my dad. You're actually, I was like, no, this is wrong. So I had to start understanding. So from there, I was like, this organization that I'm starting is actually to help the communities understand what relationships are, what types of relationships are there, how we get to behave in relationship, how our traumas in childhood actually affect how we actually interact with our partners in relationships. So I got to really learn a lot because I was like, this is not it. This is not it.
So I'm sorry, I don't know, I feel like I'm rushing you, but
yeah.
So after all that, was that the end of it?
No, so I came to school. From rehab, I came to school, and there were elections, and I voted as a president.
Immediately?
Yeah, I actually just came to school and I had kuna elections. I was like, this is the time.
All this was happening kabla when the rehab, the school was
walikuwa wanaendelea.
Wanafunzi wa campus,
yeah.
They knew about your story.
Yeah, there are those who knew, there are those who could reach out, there are those who didn't know.
Yeah. So alafu, you're coming back, you want to vie for a position.
As a president, remember? This is a girl who has been like a slave queen in campus, who's been living some life, and here she is coming as a president. How? But you see, I'm coming from a point of, you know what? This is now the real me. The other Quinta you saw was Quinta because of the man. But this is now the real Quinta, and she has so much wisdom. Because I think sometimes we not grow by age, we grow by experience. Yeah. And I was like, if I have gone through this Nasija Kufa, then there's a reason for me why I'm living. So there are those who were okay with, with the idea of what I was doing. There are those who still...
Walikuchagua kwa president?
No. No. But still, I was number 2. But what I like is the organization still was running. And it got recognition from the school, from the VC, from everyone. Because we had now created support groups. Coffee with Quinta. Yeah. We had actually now created support groups where guys could come, interact, people share their stories, and like whatever we're doing. And it was pretty growing, and I was okay now to actually have impacted the community.
And after all that, you also suffered cyberbullying.
And that was the hardest thing.
Immediately after that, why?
Yeah. After I've done a lot of advocacy.
And you had already started the organization.
And I'm already back in school. And so school is giving me a platform to speak to first years. I've been to radios at the time, Pilipili.
You're standing.
I'm now, sasa nainuka ushaona, and I'm also getting strength in like, what I started is now being, is now making some impact. So immediately I featured on the newspaper.
You were featured in the newspaper?
Yeah, the Daily Nation. Oh. The following day, my nudes were released to the public, to my parents, in school, everywhere. And this was a lesbianism clip.
Wait. Who did that?
Let me have some coffee.
Who did that?
The ex-boyfriend.
Which one? The one?
The first one, yeah.
Yani kwa nini? Yani how did that happen?
Up to this point, up to this moment, I've never found an answer, but it broke me. It broke my parents. It broke us completely. The whole church saw them. My whole family, entire family, had it in a show. For as long as you had a smartphone, you saw them. In school, this is calling me to, ask Quinta, what am I seeing?
Considering she had already started depending
Already, and also, this is a time that I'm also just trying to also get strong in whatever I've started. So it took a toll on my mental health. Now, this one really hit hard. In fact, I have to be very honest with you. The first time I spoke about it was at Swahili Pot, when we had a round table on mental health. with Stephanie Maseki. This is the second time. This is a topic that I've kind of not really come out and speak about it, because this is something up to now my parents are still going for therapy.
It did not just affect you.
It affected everyone. My brothers, we still speak and cry. Every time I would speak about it with my parents, sometimes we'd cry, because the amount of things that happened on Facebook, people literally killed me. And I have to say this, cyberbullying can kill. Because at the time, my depression was so high, my anxieties were so high, and actually cyberbullying has been the cause to my anxiety. Because sometimes I don't know how to present myself on social media, because a lot of shit was said about me and was also shown. So sometimes I can take a picture with a lady, and if I post, hey girlfriend, you know, how people can take it, you know. So it really can change your perception, you as a person, your personality, how people view you and everything. But one thing I've always said, I'm not going to allow people to define me. I'm going to define myself. I'm going to write the story about myself.
So, what's next, Quinta?
You know, I'm from the village, and this guy was also from the village. So sometimes going home is not home anymore, because I still get trolled, I still get to be called names. People still questioned why G4G, you know the name. And for me, when I started this, I was like a girl for a girl. You know, for a very long time, women, we haven't really been there for one another. And I realized I have gone through all this, and just the support of women, the pastors who are coming to me, the psychiatrists, the psychologist.
Do you think it's working, girl for girl?
It is working.
The organization that you use.
That I am.
Yeah, is it working? Does it serve the purpose that you intend to serve?
For a fact, as we speak, I'm currently working as a psychologist under the UN with survivors of gender-based violence. Recently, I went to Mwakirunge. And something to be, I have to just say this in public, but a lot of bad things are happening to women, The founder of the orphanage is the perpetrator. He's the one defiling and molesting these girls. So as we went there, just having a talk with these girls and having gone through trauma, we can get to, relate, So I can say for a fact, G4G is doing the most in the communities.
Right now
in this pandemic.
And is it doing the most for you?
For me as a person, it has given me a platform to continue speaking on mental health. And I'd say I will never tire. This has been a calling, and this is a part of me. This is, you see G4G, you see Quinta, you see mental health. There's a lot of stigma around mental health, and my thing has been to help end the stigma around mental health. I suffer from depression and anxiety. Do I look like it? No. But I know what the triggers are. I know when I'm not okay. I know how sometimes I can be bad off, but I'm just as functional. I'm just as creative. It's only that I'm now vulnerable, and I want people to actually know we are there and we exist, and we just need support and empathy and sometimes community. And what we call for is for other guys who are battling with a mental illness to come out strong, to not die in silence. As an organization, we started a campaign during this pandemic, the Semicolon Tribe, to just call on people to actually know we are together in this. I can tell you for a fact, the pandemic has now exposed mental health. People can now know yenyewe, wanajua sasa mental health ni nini, because we are all anxious. We don't know how tomorrow will be like. We are all facing one thing or another. Our systems have been disrupted. So mental health is now coming to the limelight. And I'm like, this is the time. We need to start speaking of how we feel. We need to start acknowledging our emotions.
I want you to repeat the titles that you have. There's something I need to put across.
Okay. Right now, I'm a psychologist at the United Nations in Mombasa County. I'm a TV host. I am a self-published author at the end of this year, and I'm the founder of G4G Africa.
Those are 4 very huge titles, if you ask me. And having gone through depression and mental illness, you still hold them. Yeah? Kwa hivyo jamani. Regardless of anything that you go through, wacha kujua kuwa you're going through mental health, wacha kujua kuwa una tatizo, just believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. I just had to use that. Kwa sababu to me, unaniprovia vitu vingi sana. You're proving that you can go through all these things and still, hata kama you're not the perfect person that you should be probably, but kuna kitu that you're holding on to.
Exactly.
Yani nasikia vibaya, we have to end this. I wish tungeendelea kuzungumza.
But not really. I can actually host you on my show as well. Coffee with Quinta.
See two hosts in one show. That only happens on Aisha Talk, the safe space we will arrange.
Okay, dear.
So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have learned a thing or two. Yani kuna carry home messages nyingi sana kwa hii video. So guys, feel free to comment, feel free to suggest. If there is any other topic, if there is a guest that you think we should host, just drop your comment in the inbox and then we will have a follow-up. Asanteni sana kwa muda wenu. This is Aisha Talks, the safe space. Usisahau kusubscribe, usisahau kushare and liking, and tell a friend to tell a friend and tell another friend to come and watch these videos. Kuna videos nyingine tusha post kwa hivyo. Just go back to Aisha Talks and watch all of them. I'm sure you will learn so many things. Asanteni sana. Until next time, adios, mi amor.